We just played The Man.
Ooh, thanks. Thanks for doing that.
Of course we did. And Tanya is buffering and she's speechless. It is, I think we're all talking
speechless.
about it's like there's so much to talk about, Taylor. We need 2 days.
But Taylor, that song, truly, it is so spectacular. I have a really hard time picking my favorite songs off your albums. Yeah. This one speaks volumes. Oh, yeah. And I'm so happy that you put it out. I'm so proud. I hope that song like just shatters everything in the whole wide world.
Oh my God. Thank you so much for saying that. And thanks for listening to the album like so quickly after it came out. That's awesome.
Oh, you have no idea. We've been trading text messages for the last 3 days.
But, it's been nonstop.
But you know, Taylor, honestly, and I'd love to hear your view on that song. We heard the lyrics, obviously. But as a man, I love hearing that song. To be honest, to hear that view.
That means that your idea on gender equality is in the right place, because if a man hears that song and feels uncomfortable, that means he's probably like not the greatest feminist.
Right.
What's great is like, when you hear that song, and I'll look out, we do these things called secret sessions, and we have fans come and listen to the album beforehand, and it's guys and girls, and when I see the guys out there nodding along to that song, because what we need in any fight for equality in any group of people, you need people from the other side to say, yeah, you're right. You're right to want that. So anytime men are like, I love your song, The Man, I'm like, you know what? I want to give you a hug and a high five. Thank you for being on our side of this, because, asking for equality in terms of gender perception, gender equality, like that's not slamming men. That's saying, can we please have the same seat at the table, finally?
And I think, well, obviously that is absolutely the right view. And I think some men may hear that and have a total perspective change, right? They'll look at things differently.
Well, that's so sweet of you to say that. That's, that's just a dream scenario if that happened. And I think it's a song that I've been wanting to write for a very long time, because I've noticed that the sort of inequality starts at a basic perception level, where it's like nothing we do is perceived exactly the same. So how are we ever supposed to ask for, equal pay, equal standing, entrance into the boys' club or whatever, when we're not even, nothing we do is viewed the same. So that's what I wanted to kind of go into with this song. Thank you for liking it. That's awesome.
Yes. Well, it was easy to like. And that's, what we were saying is that we were listening to all of the songs on the album, and we all have different songs that speak to us. We're all trying to guess what the next single is too. We're playing a game with ourselves. Like I liked Cruel Summer. I thought that was, I mean, they're all good, but that one was like one I played over and over.
Paper Rings
as well
stood out for me, because I honestly felt the exact same way with my husband.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I did. I'm like, I would marry you with, it don't need a ring. I really don't.
That's so awesome. That's so pure.
Thank you.
Pure love. Taylor Swift is on with us now. I'm curious, Taylor, and I was thinking about when you were leading up to this release, and even the times we talked to you before you had released the whole album. So it's just going back to the night, right? It's midnight or wherever you were, 9 if you were in LA, on the Friday or the Thursday, and it's released to the world. And you, just like forensically, where are you? What are you doing? Are you looking at fans and reactions? Like what are the first 13 minutes of you in release mode in that moment?
Well, geographically, I was in New York. I was in a hotel in a room that I had like a few friends there. Jack Antonoff was there, who produced a lot of the songs on the record with me and wrote several things with me. And then I had my parents. I had a lot of people in the management team who have been absolutely killing themselves for 6 months preparing for this release. So basically had like probably 20, 25 people in the room. And suddenly one person was like, no, I think it was me. I was on Tumblr, and one of my fans had been like, guys, it's on iTunes. And that happened like maybe 10 minutes early or something. And so I was like, guys, check your phones. Is it on iTunes? And they're like, oh my God, it's on my phone. It's on iTunes. Oh my God. And so we all started just like freaking out and then playing the songs on our phones, because these are songs that I've only been able to hear just me, like in headphones, never being able to play out loud on the phone for the past, year or so. So it's amazing. Like, it was this incredible experience. And then all of a sudden what happens at midnight is like the reviews start posting because these journalists have heard the album beforehand.
Right.
Secretly. So the reviews started hitting, and all of a sudden I'm like, these are the best reviews I've ever gotten in my entire career. Like, my hands were on my face. I was like fully like in shambles, just like, what is going on? And Jack was like reading like the Rolling Stone review aloud, and I was like on the floor.
Well, it's obviously it's breaking pre-sale records and sale records, and it came at a very interesting moment for you. Because it came as you've announced to the world that you're going to re-record your earlier songs after those rights were sold. And so I'm wondering, did it even have more impact because of the moment that you're going through?
I think it definitely did, and especially the fact that this is the first album that I own of my own work.
Yeah.
So it's like it's crazy when you create things for 13, 14 years. And then all of it sold out from under you, and then you have this new, fresh beginning, and the first chance to actually own your art that you've been making all along. And the fact that everyone's like, oh, no, this is the best thing you've made. Like, I cannot explain to you. Like, it gets me emotional even talking about it. Like, I can't explain to you how good that feels because it's the first thing that no one can take from me. No one can sell it. It's mine.
Mm-hmm. Will you go? I know you've talked about re-recording. So where do you start? How far do you go? Are they rearranged songs? Are there new songs? Are there different songs?
Well, I have almost a year to plan and to get things, get all my ducks in a row. And I'm really going to be listening to the fans because, there are some amazing ideas that they've had. Like, I'm always looking on Instagram and Tumblr and Twitter and seeing what they would want. Like, some of the things that they've said that are really interesting to me are like, I wrote the song Better Man for the Little Big Town.
Yeah.
Making the #1 country song and like CMA Song of the Year and stuff. Like, they took that song all the way. But I wrote that during the Red, like it was originally going to be on the Red album. So it's like the fans were like, maybe she'll put Better Man, her version, on the Red album. And I was like, that's an amazing idea. So I'm going to be listening to what they are saying. I think they want me to kind of stick to the original production a bit, like make them pretty close, because I don't think they'd want to hear like Teardrops on My Guitar, the pop version. Like,
there's the purists, right? There are purists out there that want to hear it.
Or something. Like, I think they kind of want to keep it original. And so the best part is, like, contractually, I can make them nearly identical to what they were originally, which is great.
That is great. Well, that clarifies a little bit, because I was, seeing all this, I'm like, I don't even know what that means, how to, and what a process that is.
Weird part of our industry, but I'm actually really excited. Like, this whole phase of my life is very much about freedom, and the Lover album to me completely represents freedom to me. Creative freedom, artistic freedom, being able to actually freely own the work that I make and put everything I have into. And so going back, now I can do that with all the rest of my albums that I've made every decision on, that I came up with every idea for. And they'll all be mine eventually, which is the most amazing thing. It's really important to me as an artist, to be able to have that moving forward.
Now, I get chills you saying that.
Yeah.
Like, it's true. It's a true thing. I was watching you. What did I see one of? Was it CBS, the Sunday morning show, right? CBS This Morning on Sunday. I was watching that. It was such a great interview, and you were talking about a lot of different things in that interview. But what you just said is more crystallized to me after even watching your body language in that interview of where you are in your life and how you're feeling. Is it harder to name an album or a song when something's new?